Ahoy! This is Zdenka. Okay, concentrate. Don't move. Okay, move. Don't breathe. Zdenka, keep your mouth shut. Gotcha. Another creative camera challenge time is here. Today we're gonna be covering macro photography. What lens do you need for your mirrorless DSLR smartphone? Do you actually need to buy extra lens? What equipment do we need? What are the settings? What are the techniques? How do we do this? Let's do this. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Zdenka. I create photo and video tutorials, tech reviews, and creative camera challenges like this one. So if that's something you're interested in, you might consider clicking that subscribe button. And as always, we cannot forget to look at last month's submissions from you. The last task was fall, and you were supposed to show beautiful fall colors in your images. I get so many submissions, I got so overwhelmed. They were all beautiful. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome, you rock, and I'm starting to get to know you, which is even more awesome. Love it. So let's look at some top ones in a random order. First photo here is from David Peter Bennett. Sun is shining through the woods. I can feel the photo. I grew up in mountains, and this is what I see when I think of home. Photo number 2 is from Stephen in Blackwood. A residential golden street covered with leaves. Another photo here is from Ashley. Fantastic view on the river. I like the browns there and how it all twists and turns. Next curvy photo here is from David. This time curved road with many colorful trees. Photo number 5 is from Randall Pack. I love the rocks with the leaves in the foreground and the waterfall in the back. Beautiful. Photo number 6 is from Author, which name I cannot pronounce, unfortunately, I'm sorry. The name is displayed over the photo. Cat in a fall background. I'm loving the colors, the greens and golden, orange, really nicely done. Jim Hamilton submitted this really nice photo of creek in the woods. Very nicely captured. Photo number 8 is from Daniel. Loving the road or walkway covered with leaves. Very nice photo. Pepa Mikula submitted this photo taken in golden nature. I really like everything about it. Last 2 photos are here. The number 10 is from Edward, and the shot is featuring beautiful fall waterfalls. Last photo today is again from Pepa Mikula. It is beautifully captured fall scene with soft fog in the background. Thank you so much again for submitting. I have posted names of everyone in the video description below. Alright, the things you need for this round, macro photography challenge. Camera. It doesn't matter which camera you have. It can be mirrorless, DSLR, smartphone, any camera. Right now, I'm going to start with a camera like this. And I have here nifty 50mm lens f1.8. And I also have here macro extension tube. So when I pair those two together, this is what I use actually when I shoot weddings. This is how I take the wedding ring photos and other jewelry. And I use this setup with my DSLR, which is Canon 5D Mark III. But if you want to put it on Canon M50 or Canon M6 Mark II, you can do 2 things. You can pair it with a Viltrox speed booster or adapter. Both speed booster and adapter will work. They will just give you different result. The focal length will be different. The view will be a little bit different. And just for comparison, I'm going to show you how the results will look like so you get the feel of it. Here are samples with the Viltrox speed booster and the macro setup. And here are photos with the adapter and the macro setup. And since I prefer adapter in this case because I can get much closer, let me just hook it together like this. And just to let you know, everything I'm talking about in today's video is linked in video description below, so you don't have to take notes. You can just enjoy this video Now it's time to talk about camera settings, and let's start with shutter speed. It is highly suggested to use very fast shutter speed. In fact, most of the photographers suggest to start at 250th of a second, 1/250th of a second. It will all depend on which camera you are using, how your hands are steady, what the conditions are. I know that on this one, M6 Mark II, I had actually my settings 1/125th of a second, and the photos were fine, they were crispy, clear, so I had no issue just to try a little bit slower shutter speed. So I highly suggest to maybe start at 1/250th of a second, and you can slowly work down and see how much actually you can handle, so you're still happy with the results. When it comes to the aperture, macro lens has a very shallow depth of field. That means that you will see a lot of bokeh in the image. In fact, you will see so much bokeh that you will be dreaming about it for next 2 nights. Basically, everything will be very blurry and very tiny piece of the photo will be sharp. Now I found this jewelry somewhere laying around in the house, so let me grab that and let me show you some samples with different aperture values so you understand exactly what I'm talking about. The first photo here is taken with the lowest aperture number, the widest I can do here. And you can tell that there's a lot of bokeh in the photo and just a very tiny area is sharp. Let me increase it to f9. And here in this photo, you can see that much bigger area is now sharp and the rest is blurry. Now let me go to the maximum, the highest number possible, and here is the photo again. Everything is pretty much sharp. So it is up to you to decide what aperture you want to use, how much sharpness in a photo you want, how much sharpness of an object you want. So you might have to really go actually with the aperture pretty high. Now, the higher you're gonna go with the aperture, the more light you will need. If you are shooting outdoors on a bright sunny day, it's not a problem. If you are shooting indoors, you might need a lot of light, or you might grab yourself a flash. And you might actually like the results if you are gonna be using just a little bit of flash and mix it with the ambient light. The best thing for the flash though is to use some kind of a diffuser. If you don't have a diffuser, there is a quick hack. Just grab a piece of paper and have it in front of your flash. And if you need both hands, what you can do, you can just cut a hole in the paper, stick it on your lens, and you are set. You have your diffuser. To take the actual photo, forget the autofocus. It will go absolutely crazy on you. Just turn it to manual, and if you like, turn the focus peaking on as well. And all you have to do is these little tiny movements, forward and backwards, like this. It might look like you're drunk, but that's how you take macro photos. You will see that area you want sharp and you snap the photo. Let's talk about taking macro photos with your smartphone. Now you can do that as well, for sure. I'm going to reach to my favorite filter set. It's actually very affordable filter set. It's actually very cheap. So here is macro lens included in that filter set, and there's this little clip. I just mount that macro lens on it. Once it's done, I clip it to my phone, and voila, I'm ready to take the photos, macro photos, with my smartphone. Now you can absolutely take the photo in just automatic mode in a regular app on your phone, or if you have the option to shoot in a pro mode like I have, then you can just use the settings I was showing you before and take the shot that way. So here are some sample photos I took with my smartphone, Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, and the macro lens I was showing you. And when you take macro shots, don't be afraid to play with different angles. Go up and down, all around. Play with different compositions, try different backgrounds. You can add even a drop of water because that's actually magnifying glass on its own. Just be very creative. The possibilities are endless. Walk around in circles, literally. Be very creative. And if you don't have a macro lens, then I've seen this hack online, but I don't suggest it. I'm going to show it to you, but again, I don't suggest it. So all you have to do to turn any lens into macro lens is detach it from your camera, turn it around, and do this. Place it very closely to your camera, and that way you will turn any lens into macro lens. Now, the reason I don't recommend this, do you remember the story where actually when I scratched my sensor, I was changing lens outdoors and sand got in obviously and scratched my sensor. The camera was probably about 1 month old. It's one of my DSLRs. So if you are gonna do this in a room where there's absolutely no dust. It's kind of like a vacuum. And also when you're getting close video lens to these compartments right here, that can be damaged, that can be scratched, so you have to be extremely careful. Again, I don't suggest it, but wanted to show it to you anyways. Your turn now. You have until November 30th, 2019 to take any macro photos with any camera. It can be insects, objects, jewelry, patterns, anything you like. To submit them, simply upload them to Facebook group ZD Creative Camera Challenge or upload them to your Instagram account and use hashtag ZDChallenge10. The instructions again are written in the video description below. Don't forget to mention what camera and lens you were using, what camera settings you were having at the time you took the photo, and I'm so looking forward to seeing your work. Thank you very much in advance. The best photos will be featured in the next round of Creative Camera Challenge. And again, all the gear I was talking about is listed in the video description below, so feel free to check it out. Well, hit the thumbs up button if you liked today's video, subscribe to all future videos like these. If you have any questions, comments, or simply want to say hello, you can do so in a comment section below. I read it all and I'll try to respond. And I will see everybody in the next video. Ciao, ahoj.